Sisazoyibhekisisa. Siyabonga umhlonishwa olandelayo, umhlonishwa B. Singh from the DA for 8 minutes.
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson, Honorable Speaker, Honorable MEC, Honorable Chairperson of the Portfolio Committee. The impact of COVID-19 pandemic has undoubtedly extended to the sporting industry, where all types of sporting events had to be cancelled globally. Presently, the world is still wrapping itself around adjusting to the pandemic, as it appears to be far from over. The effects of COVID-19 has not only impacted the health sector, but has also had a significant impact in social, financial, economic, and cultural sectors too. Sports internationally and locally was hit rather hard. We have seen the cancellation of events which directly impacted society. Activities. In the words of the late Nelson Mandela, I quote, "Sports has the power to change the world. It has the power to inspire, power to unite people in ways that little else can. Sport can awaken hope where previously there can only be despair," end quote. Honorable Speaker, sports has proven bring people together, and we have seen the late Nelson Mandela showed a deep interest in the promotion of sports and the unite of our nation. Sadly, over the years, finances have spiraled downwards within the Department of Sports and Recreation, and once again, there's been a decrease in the budget. The 2021-2022 budget has decreased to 475,629,000. The previous 2020-21 budget of 481,217,000. And if that's not bad enough, the new budget is even less than the 2019-2020 budget, which stood at 482,524,000. How are we expected to revive ourselves in the forthcoming years once COVID is over to boost sports and recreation in the province, if the budgets are repeatedly being decreased and years of promises are being carried over with not a single care in the world of what needs to be prioritized? There are critical posts that are vacant in the department, and that needs to be filled. Will there be any changes in the forthcoming year in comparison to the previous year, where 36 posts needed to be filled? Once again, I say our country is gripped by unemployment, yet there is not enough effort being made to provide opportunities to young minds fresh out of university. We have to question whether there are really any vacancies, or is the department running with ghost employees, where a window of opportunity is created to mismanage funds. Unfortunately, we cannot look past or exclude such theories. In the previous budget of 2020-2021, there were alleged provisions made for sporting facilities in the Matuba-Tuba and Mfolozi municipality, as well as the construction of cricket hubs in Zululand, Mzanyati, Ugu, and the Mkanyakode district. These promises were not fulfilled, and shockingly, there have been no allocations to budget for these areas in this financial year. There was a budget allocation for the above areas used. Further to this, the Mzimkhulu, Amplatuze, Alfred Duma, and Newcastle municipalities were also allocated budget for sports fields in the previous budget, but nothing has been done, and it is, however, noted in the present budget. But what guarantee is there that such plans will be followed through? Whilst we welcome the proposed construction of 11 multi-purpose courts in each district, concern regarding no funding allocations for KZN Chess, the Duzi Canoe, Comrades Marathon, and KZN Hockey, but a significant amount has only been extended to KZN Cycling. It honestly seems that of funds, especially when various sporting codes need to revive themselves once COVID is over. It is also interesting to note that 400 schools in the province will be awarded with sporting attire, and there will be 172 sport coordinators on a contract base, and a further 517 educators will be provided with training for coaching. My question is, and although I understand that school sports is very important, is there such a need to spend money on contract workers to coordinate sports at schools, even though schools are still trying to recover academically from COVID? The Department of Basic Education has taken a stance that there will be a temporary ban on all school sports, and we have no idea when this ban will be uplifted. Yet the MEC failed to mention this. Further to this, why can't the funds be used to pave the way for athletes that were laid off in the past year due to COVID? And there has been no mention of any recovery plan to aid and assist athletes that took a significant impact in 2020, 2021. The world, as we know, came to a standstill and events from a host of different sporting codes were cancelled. This most likely left thousands of athletes and support staff jobless and with zero income. Has there been any implementation by the department of a return to sports strategy for all athletes? Not at all. Those athletes that can afford opportunity to have fancy gyms in their home were okay. What about the thousands who do not have that fancy gyms in their home? Gymming was even prohibited under the ridiculous restrictions and was only recently relaxed. This has not only left athletes without any means of keeping fit, it took a toll on them mentally. Athletes have live and breathe sport, and just imagine being taken away. Anxiety and depression sets in. The break in these athletes had to have because of COVID will affect their ability and performance in the future, and they will be unable to compete. Mental fatigue is also a concern. In fact, the list is endless about the impact that COVID has had on athletes. But sadly, not a single attempt has been made by the Department of Sports and Recreation to help them deal with the effects of the pandemic. If the department shows a little more concern and try to lift the burden of the athletes during these tough times, especially going forward, everyone could be happy at the end of the day. It is through the power of sports that difference in ideologies and negative thoughts are ironed out, and it paves the way for unity and social cohesion in societies, be it professional and unprofessional sport. Here in South Africa, we have seen a broken country united through sport. We have seen that a victory for one is a victory for all. But sadly, the Department of Sports and Recreation has mixed their priorities and should have focused more on some form of recovery program for athletes to empower themselves and get ready for the forthcoming year. We, however, as the DA will strive to ensure that all mandates and promises are fulfilled in this budget to ensure that the citizens of KZN come first. Honorable MEC, you always say that the opposition will always find negative things to say. But the question, Honorable MEC, that needs to be answered is that we are only telling you what's really going on in this failing department. It is really unfortunate that your ANC comrades will come and sugarcoat facts. Your failing ANC, Honorable MEC, is the opposition in the Western Cape. Call the comrades. Tell them to pose these questions to the DA MEC, and you will hear the DA's answers are based on facts. Unlike this department in KZN, which has not been able to achieve a clean audit whilst you are the MEC. Also, MEC, I think it's important to note that maybe you should answer for the almost 2 million people that do not have a swimming pool in this province provided by your department. Let us, as the DA, be the first to congratulate Royal AM Football Club, who are just 1 point away to qualify for promotion to the DSTV Premier League and will make history by having 4 football clubs from KZN in the Premier League. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you very much.